Ayurvedic tools that can also be combined for jaw and neck health. So if you are a student of mine, you will know that these are especially the tongue scraper is my #1 Ayurvedic tool. So one of the things, if you're working with a tight jaw, sometimes chewing can help you. It depends on whether it's chronic or acute pain, or if you're just looking to release the jaw. Then you can chew. So you can chew gum, or you can, suck a mint or a sweet. But again, if you're Ayurvedically, if you're Vata constitution, if you've got more of the element of wind and space, then chewing gum may actually give you quite a lot of gas. So, it's not for everyone, but it's about movement. So in face yoga, and maybe I can share an exercise in another video where we can actually use the tongue to also help with lip lines. But when we're moving the tongue, we're also moving the jaw, so it's good for jaw health. So there's movement there. If we're looking at doing something like goddess squats in yoga, and we're sticking out our tongue and bugging our eyes and roaring like a lion, we're also moving our tongue, so it's really good for the jaw. But things that you can combine. So I'm all about, we all have busy lives, we need hacks and snapshots to really help kind of a multitude of things. And these I really believe, so oil pulling and tongue scraping. So tongue scraping, this is to get rid of what's called ama, toxic sludge in the body. So I'll do another video on ama if anybody wants that. I really want to make this a short video. But ama is almost like toxic sludge that is what we take in through the 5 gateways. This is what we talk about in Ayurveda. So through the 5 gateways, it's not just about the food that you eat that creates toxicity or imbalance. It's also what you take in through the gateways, the eyes, the ears, the skin. What are you hearing that you don't like? What are you seeing that creates an imbalance? What speech are you giving out that is creating an imbalance in the body? What suppressed emotions are lying in the body? Now, ama is closely related to what's called agni, or inner fire, and this is what helps with digestion. And again, in Ayurveda, we talk about digestion of life, not just digestion of food. There's no point just having an amazing diet nutritionally, we're mindfully eating, we're digesting it, we have a strong agni, but everything else around us, what we put in our skin, the music that we surround ourselves with, the people that we are surrounding ourselves with, the environment that we're surrounding ourselves with, if that will all have an impact on our agni, our digestive fire, and therefore it will be depleted and create and cause ama in the body, that toxic sludge. Where the toxic sludge likes to live, it's in what's called the schrotas, a little bit like the lymphatic system in the body. But we see a lot of this in the mouth. So every morning, or you may wish to do AM and PM, I highly recommend a tongue scraper, and this removes the ama from the mouth. So if you see a coating on the tongue, this is ama. Now, to use a tongue scraper, I recommend stainless steel or copper rather than plastic, and don't go back and forward. Just put the tongue scraper at the back of your tongue and pull forward around 10 times. You don't really want to kind of cut or destroy the tongue, which I have seen before, someone who's been quite like overzealous and like really enthusiastic. Now, what can happen is when you are starting purification, when you are doing rejuvenation, or whether you're working with shadow work or somatic release, then the body will naturally go through a cleansing process. Sometimes even when you start tongue cleaning, the body will almost start a cleansing process itself. So the agni is reunited, because it's really, this isn't just about removing ama, it's about stimulating that agni, that digestive fire too. So what actually happens there is you might find in the beginning you get a little bit more ama on the tongue, a white coating, a yellow coating, some people get a brown coating. So, in the beginning, don't be alarmed if that is created. The other thing is oil pulling. So again, speak to your dentist if you've got things like veneers or loose fillings and things like that. Follow your own body's wisdom or check out with a practitioner. But coconut oil or black seed oil is what I recommend. You can also use cold pressed organic sesame oil. So you take a little bit in the mouth. If you're using coconut oil, you just let that melt under the tongue and you swish anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. So, you know, swish that out and you spit that in a tissue and you throw it away in the bin. I wouldn't recommend putting that in the toilet, especially if it's like fat and oil and things like that. But what that will do, it will rid the mouth of ama. So it rids the mouth of bacteria. There's loads of links now that the mouth and the bacteria in the mouth is connected to Alzheimer's and dementia. So there's a lot of links out there. So that bacteria, those microorganisms that are part of us, living and breathing in us and with us, really have a powerful effect on health and wellness. So check out oil pulling. Some people like to do it every day, some people like to do it a couple of times a week. So again, listen to your own body. But what we're talking about here is movement as well. So oil pulling, tongue scraping, face yoga, breath work, tongue mudras, it's all also helping this area. So if you are coming for regular buccal massages, please extend that. Maybe look at extending your practices to really get the benefits, not just for a sculpted jaw and anti-aging or pain relief. Really take that into the next level of health and wellness, because you know we only get a limited amount of energy, so let's make it count.